First off, I am super excited. I've seen a couple of sneak peeks as to what is in this video, but I can't wait to hear the full story. So we're going to be going over my thoughts. We're going to be pausing every now and then to just let my mind explode. And here we go. Let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Operation Twin Shells. I'm Camille Salazar-Hadaway, and it's time to hear straight from the developers themselves all about Year 9, Season 3 of Rainbow Six Siege. This season brings an innovative new operator.
Okay, hold on. She'll probably go over it, but season overview, player protection, comfort playlist balancing, training, onboarding, the new operator Scopos, and a special guest.
A versatile new weapon. Let's kick it off with an overview of the season from creative director Alexander Karpazes.
The art is amazing. That looks great.
Year 9 Season 3 is all about Operation Twin Shells. But before we jump into that, it's really important that we acknowledge that we heard from you and we haven't met the expectations that you had
like,
for Operation
we're listening
New
to
Blood.
you. We're listening to you.
And we want to reinforce that we are
all right, what do you
dedicated
got? Give
to
me
this
some
game
solid stuff
and
here.
that we are putting more resources than ever into it. And you'll start to see that with Operation Twin Shells. Operation Twin Shells is all about the new operator as well, Scopos. This is Curie Galanos, who's...
All right, so hold on. Before we go into the introduction of the operator here, they talk about, oh, we listened to you, we've made all these changes for you, but we're going to distract you with this operator. So just throwing that out there. Take it or leave it, throwing that out there.
one of the original operators from Rainbow Six. And she
So
comes
some cool
with
lore
two
there. Oh,
shells
in a
that she
wheelchair.
can control.
Interesting.
This is a testament to the
That is so
creativity
cool.
of the
I'm
game
not gonna lie.
and the talent of
The
our
bots,
team to come up with
the shells,
unique
rather.
operators like this that are still game changers. We're also introducing updates to anti-cheat and anti-toxicity, which is a
There we
major
go.
priority for us for the future of the game. And we have more like the Siege Cup coming in beta phase. We also have
The
balancing
Siege
changes.
Cup's coming?
We have After Action 2.0.
Okay, hold on. What's on this page? Unlock more operators renown. Okay, so they just changed the screen. The player recap screen, huh? So it gives you a recap of everything you did, what your hit rate was. Loot roll chance? Oh, that's for your alpha packs. Battle points. What are battle points? Okay, so this will compare your stats. Does that mean that the Ubisoft is going to have better stats coming out? That's interesting. If Ubisoft updates and gets it so that you can actually see game stats, that would be great.
Coming online, and we have so much more for you. We can't wait to dig into it. So let's begin.
Let's talk about an important topic right off the bat. Cheating and toxicity are not just concerns for you.
Huge problem.
They are critical issues for us as well. To address this, we've restructured our team to dedicate even more resources to these challenges. Now, to share exclusive details and updates on the current and upcoming player protection projects, here's Alexander Karpazes and product owner Lancelot Seiji.
We want to assure you that we have more than just one security system in place. More than just BattlEye, we have 6 detection systems running at any given time so that we can catch.
Okay, hold on. DDoS, data BattlEye botting, and gameplay.
Cheaters. And we're constantly
QB.
improving
Oh, the
these
QB
systems.
system. I remember that.
On top of this,
I
we
remember
want
them
to talk
mentioning
about
that a little while
pillar
ago.
as well for our anti-cheat, which is binary hardening. Binary hardening is the act of obfuscating and making it harder for cheat makers to access the game. Think of it like a giant library where a cheat maker is trying to find a specific book. For us, we'll be trying to change that book's location as much as possible. And even on top of that, changing the shelves and the entire library so that it's as confusing and as hard for a cheat maker as possible so that in the end, they cannot effectively make cheats for our game. When it comes to Siege Cup,
I
For
don't know.
those that have
I don't know
won
if that's going to
and have
work,
cheated,
because I bet
they
cheat
will be
makers
banned.
are going to start
But of course,
incorporating like
their
AI and
teammates
everything into
will
it. And
have access for
they'll have
vote
AI
from Siege
read
Cup as
entire
well,
bookshelves of code to
ensuring
find
that
what they need.
competitive
So I don't know how
integrity
effective that's
remains
going
in
to be.
Siege. Another
But then
area
again,
of
I'm not a
improvement
coder,
is
so I
time to
don't
ban.
know.
75% of bans are happening 12 hours sooner now. And this is something that we'll be working on in the future to reduce that time as much as possible.
All right, so bans are happening 12 hours sooner, they say. So that's helpful. But at the same time, like, how many YouTube channels have we seen out there where they're like, oh, I'm cheating in Siege, day 187. Like, you know, like, there are channels out there that have been cheating for a full year and still haven't been caught. 12 hours isn't going to do a whole lot, I don't think. I don't know. Call me skeptical.
Possible. As you may have seen in our August update for anti-cheat, the team has grown in size. It's now a multidisciplinary team that is actually one of the largest in-house anti-cheat teams in the world for any given project. And for us, that means we're totally dedicated to making sure that Siege is the best it can be when it comes to anti-cheat.
In the anti-toxicity team, our mission is simple: ensuring a safe space for all players in Rainbow Six Siege. It means protecting the community from recurrent and highly toxic players, while rewarding recurrent positive behavior. Our mission includes handling features like reverse friendly fire, Texas censorship, reports, abandoned penalties, match cancellation, commendation system, and of course, the reputation system. Our philosophy centers around three key principles: transparency, understandability, and clarity. In its current state, the reputation system has some weaknesses and is not trusted by the community. This is why we decided to overhaul it. It means reviewing its structure, the actions that are feeding it, and the in-game UI. And to be clear, a single negative action will have a minimal impact on you. Only the recurrence of this action will affect your reputation. We aim to give you access to those changes in Y9S3. The system will remain in beta. It means no impact on standing until we are 100% confident it meets your and our standards of transparency, understandability, and clarity. Additionally, we are still working on some very impactful features that we cannot wait to share with you by the end of the year.
When you finish a match in Operation Twin Shells,
so they changed the reporting system and stuff.
Please welcome senior game designer Vladimir Kozik to walk you through the new post-action report. Plus, game director Joshua Mills is here to talk about boosting the abilities of your drones.
Boosting drone abilities.
In new season, we are introducing post-action report in a completely new dimension. Instead of operator cards, there will be a new screen with teammates represented as 3D operators located on the same map they just played. Here they can command teammates and
I mean, that's cool. That's just
on the
a
next
cool
screen.
change.
Instead of sequence of separated tabs, all progression like
Okay, hold on. So player recap, come on. Okay, we saw
rank,
this already.
clearance, battle pass, also including challenges this time, will be comfortably organized on a single
it'll show
page
you the
layout
challenges.
that highlights the most
I like
important
that, actually.
information. I'm so excited with this update.
That's cool.
I can't
That's cool
wait
that it
our
shows you the
players
challenges,
try it
yeah.
out and share their feedback with us.
Drone Boost is a new feature coming to our attacker lineup.
Drone Boost?
The goal here is to continue to reinforce our attackers, make sure they have the tools to get the job
Yeah,
done.
because attacking is freaking
Intel
hard.
is king in Siege,
No
and
way.
keeping your drone
Okay, hold
alive
on.
is crucial.
Go back.
Coming to our attacker lineup. The goal here is to continue to reinforce our attackers, make sure they have the tools to get the job done. Intel is king in Siege,
It's
and keeping your drone
cruising.
alive is crucial to getting that intel. Some of the changes we did to Solus helped with that, but we
People
want to go
are
further.
not going to
we want
use
to
this
give
the way
more
it's
power
supposed to
to our
be
players,
used.
specifically the attackers. So Drone Boost means you can actually boost your drone a maximum of 3 times, 3 seconds per boost. You can cancel it mid-boost to quickly evade, quickly close distances, and each boost, once expended, takes 6 seconds to recharge.
It
So the boost
recharges?
resource system is actually kind of similar to Maverick's Torch in the sense that you can cancel the action at any time and it doesn't fully deplete the boost. So you can cut up a boost as needed, but again, you'll only have 3 full ones. Drone Boost isn't limited to just the default drone. The Kludges from Bravo, or even Twitch's drone can also
so
take
unique
advantage of this
drones
feature.
also have the
if
boost.
Mozzie happens to get his hands on one of these drones and there's still charges left, so that's the key factor here. If there's still charges on that drone, now they're Mozzie's to use. So the future of drones in Siege is really focused on their economy.
That's
Meaning
interesting.
Making sure they can survive longer, or at least giving our players the ability and the tools they need in order to make sure their drones can survive longer. They should be used more regularly in the middle and late game of the rounds, and we want to make sure that you have those tools in your arsenal to be able to make things happen.
So what about
If you like
what about the combination of boosting and jumping at the same time? Can you like jump and then boost the drone through the air? Like is that going to be a thing? Because you can get your drone in some really crazy spots if that's the case. I wonder, we're going to have to test that. We're going to have to test to see if you can, like, add the boost to the jump or anything of that regard.
competition, this next update is for you. The new Siege Cup beta is coming this season for
Yo,
select players
Siege
to
Cup,
test their
let's
5
go.
stats in intense tournament play. A new reward system is coming as well for both Siege Cup and ranked matches.
Okay,
Plus,
new reward
a
system.
few more interesting updates that live content director Christopher Budgeon is going to tell you all about.
In Year 9, Season 3, Operation Twin Shells, we're happy to announce the beta of Siege Cup. We made the decision to restrict Siege Cup beta to the PC platform because
Why? Why would you do that? Siege Cup on only PC? Okay. The next thing they say better be when it's coming to console.
we can be much more reactive. If something happens with the Siege Cup, we can address it much faster than with other platforms. We really want to launch Siege Cup in its full form in Year 9 Season 4. Competitive.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. Alright, I overreacted. I take that back. I overreacted. I can wait till Season 4 for Siege Cup on console.
Integrity is imperative for Siege. That's why having a beta to make sure we can register the squads, formulate the brackets, distribute the rewards, we have to get it right. To register your team for the Siege Cup beta, follow the QR code or the link that you see on the screen, and get ready for news about the first Siege Cup coming your way. With Siege Cup, you have to register as a 5-stack, meaning that you have to bring 4 of your friends, get ready to compete until the tournament is over.
5-stack?
Once the Siege Cup starts, you're there committed to the Siege Cup to play until you get eliminated or, of course, win the tournament. We see the Siege Cup beta as our most competitive playlist, even more so than ranked, because the stakes are extremely high.
Let's go.
The first Siege Cup will be near the beginning of Year 9 Season 3, and after the finish of the first tournament, we'll run another every 2 weeks for the remainder of Year 9 Season 3.
Every 2 weeks?
In Year 9 Season 3, we're introducing a new currency called competitive coins. Competitive coins are exclusive to our competitive playlists, that being ranked and Siege Cup. Get as far as you can within the ranks,
hold on. So,
as well as play.
So you're going to get these coins. So your squad tier CBAS. Okay. Interesting. So you get the coins. Do they redeem for packs? Oh, those packs look awesome, though.
Play as many Siege Cups as you can to get competitive coins to open these exclusive packs. In Year 9 Season 3, all console players will receive 1 free competitive pack. Move up the ranks, get as many competitive coins as you can, so you can continue to open packs in that collection.
Did they say console players were getting the packs?
Starting in Year 9 Season 3, when you're waiting for your next match, whether it's in ranked, quick match, or even the Siege Cup, you'll be able to enter the shooting range to stay warmed up, ready for your next match.
Yes,
Additionally,
let's
we've also
go!
added a cover feature within the aiming lane. Now you can have covers pop up from the ground, dummies will hide behind them,
hide behind
and
them.
take position.
Yo, this is amazing. We've been asking for this forever. I can't tell you how many times my friends and I in chat, in stream, have been sitting there talking and begging Ubisoft to add this feature. Being able to hit the shooting range in between matches, that is crazy. That is awesome, though.
As you try to eliminate them as you warm up your aim. Both PC and console players will be able to enter the shooting range during matchmaking. 1v1s have become more popular within Siege. And that's why we've now added a 1v1 custom preset in custom game. There are
What?
2 presets for 1v1s in custom game, short and long. The short preset allows you to play 6 rounds with 4 rounds to win and 1 overtime round. In the long preset,
Okay, so
it's
they
the
just
first
took all
to
the
8
work
rounds,
out for me.
but if the match gets tense and it's really tight, there are 3 overtime rounds. In both of the 1v1 presets, all maps are available. The prep phase has been lowered to 20 seconds. It's perfect for one player to get set up and ready for the attack. The bomb game mode is the featured game mode in both 1v1 presets. Role swap every round. You play attack, then defense. This will continue until whoever finally wins the match.
I mean, that's just convenient for me.
With
I don't know
every
how
new
often
season,
you guys
the
will use that,
question
but that is
arises,
convenient for me
which
because we do
operators
customs
will
all
be
the time on the
targeted for
channel.
balancing, and how will they change? Game designer David Perpignan has all the answers, plus spoilers. It's Solus, Dokkaebi, and Nook.
Balancing, I had heard there were some changes here.
We are implementing the second round of changes for Solis. We know that our previous package was a bit harsh. We've been monitoring data just to see that everything went well. What we've seen is a decrease in ban rate and also in presence, but a steady trend on win rate. This new wave of changes for Solis is based in 3 pillars. The first pillar is the detection mechanic. Now Solis will use only the center of the screen to detect the gadgets, and those gadgets will be unidentified. You won't know what they are. The second pillar is the scanning.
Okay, yeah, that'll change. That'll change Solus a lot, because if you see something like on the ceiling above you, say you're playing Solus and you're playing underneath, you don't know if that's a drone or if they're planting the diffuser. Like, so that, I mean, that's pretty good intel. You know what I mean?
Now we call it overclock.
That's a pretty good
and
change.
once you trigger the overclock, your energy is pre-filled, and you'll be able to see every gadget in the center of the screen.
Okay, hold on. So does she not use the ability while the glasses are on then?
Identified. You won't know what they are. The second pillar is the scanning or identification mechanic. Now we call it overclock, and once you trigger the overclock,
it just
your
restarts
energy
it.
is pre-filled, and you'll be able to see every gadget in the center of the screen as identified. You'll know what they are. Aside from that, Solis will emit a warning to every observation tool in the
we might as well
enemy
just use
within
that
the
all the
range
time.
of detection, so they will know that you are overclocking and that you are seeing their gadgets. The third pillar is the energy access. Now Solis Spec IO will last longer and will require less energy to be activated while reloading. Also,
Okay.
these new
That was probably a
changes
change
give us
that
more
she
balancing
needed.
levers
They
that
kinda
will help
nerfed her a
us
little hard
adjust
the
Solis
first
in
time.
the future.
Searching for electronics.
Dokkaebi right now can generate a lot of pressures in defenders, specifically at the beginning of the round. That's why we're
Dokkaebi
taking a look to the resource management in her ability.
Or nerf?
Now, Dokka will start with 0 charges at the beginning of the round, and will get one every 45 seconds, but only up to 2 per round. These changes should reduce the pressure on defenders now. They should have more time to prepare their setup. And Dokkaebi, players will be encouraged to survive longer to have a greater impact in the match. Global abilities like Dokkaebi's Logic Bomb have a great impact in the game.
I
and
think this is
sometimes
fair.
with
This is fair.
little
This
effort
is
from the
This is the same kind of system that like Wamai and Legion have to go through. The longer they survive, the more utility they get. So I mean, this seems fair. It seems like they're following the standard, the precedent that they've started to put out.
players. We are aware of this, and we will take a look at it in the future, being part of bigger changes for the game.
So possibly
Nock
more
is receiving
Dokkaebi
a lot.
work
We
to
think that
come.
camera scrubbing and intel deception is how stealth should look in Rainbow, and that's what Nock does. The changes we are making are affecting how Nock's ability consumes energy. Instead of being time-based, they will be action-based. That means that some
What?
actions like walking won't consume any of your energy, but if you sprint or shoot, your energy will be consumed. These changes aim to make Nock more patient. We want Nock to be better at flank watching, cutting rotations, and increasing the uncertainty on defenders. We want them to feel like there's a monster in the house. Nock and Smoke's FMG9
So
is
if
getting
she's
a
not
buff.
moving, she
We are
doesn't.
removing its recoil to make it more comfortable.
She
when you're
doesn't
shooting
use
at
any of
longer
the energy of her
distances,
gadget. You just
specifically
stand
when
there
you're
and be
using
invisible on
magnified
camera.
scopes. The objective of these changes is to improve the player perception and balance of those operators while keeping the frustrations away. There will be more changes in this
I think
season. For
that's a
example,
good
we're
change
taking a look at the
for
proximity
Doke,
alarm
or,
and its
for Noke.
synergy with
I think that's a
Sentry,
good change
and
for Noke.
also at the delayed timer for explosions on the Claymore.
Whoa,
A
whoa.
big update
What?
versus AI is coming in.
What was that last part?
and its synergy with Sentry, and also at the delayed timer for explosions on the Claymore. See with Sentry, more changes in this season. For example, we're taking a look at the proximity alarm and its synergy with Sentry, and also at the delayed timer for explosions on the Claymore.
They're looking at the delayed timer for explosions on the Claymore? Are they adding a delay to it? Because it already has a little bit of a delay. When they, like when you jump down, you got to hit the laser and then you hear the click and then there's the boom, right? Maybe that's what they're taking away. Maybe they're making it instant. I don't know. But that was like a little gold nugget that they just like threw in real quick and it was supposed to just like disappear. They didn't think we'd hear it. We heard it. We definitely heard that. Looking at the timer, the delay timer on the Claymore. If they change it to instant, I'm okay with that. If they make it longer, I'm not okay with that. I'm worried about that one. All right, I'm worried about that one.
A big update for Versus AI is coming in Operation Twin Shells, as you'll now be able to play as a defender and face off against a squad of attacker bots. For more,
okay, so they added
programmer
defense to AI.
Delaire.
Cool. Let's go.
Versus AI is a game mode designed for new players to provide them with a safe environment where they can learn and practice before their first ranked experience. In Year 8 Season 4, we introduced Versus AI for the first time. Since then, we keep adding more operators to play with and against, more supported maps, and we keep integrating more
not the
AI
advanced AI.
behaviors. This season will be significant.
They're playing
We're
with the basic
introducing
AI
Versus AI 2.0. Given that Siege is an asymmetrical game, we want to give the players the opportunity to play the other side. For the first time, players are going to be able to play the defenders against a full team of AI attackers. The AI attacker team will feature 5 operators: Ash, Thatcher, Termite, Nomad, and Sledge. As a defender, the player will be able to choose between 16 operators, including the new one, Scopos. New players are going to have the opportunity to learn how to react to those attackers' behaviors, but it will also give them some ideas of how to play themselves when it's their turn to play the attackers. Both beginner and advanced game mode are going to offer the full match experience at launch.
Yeah, that is not advanced.
Similar to a casual game, the player is going to enter as either a defender or an attacker against a full team of AIs. They're going to play on one of our 8 supported maps, and after 2 rounds, they're gonna switch sides. We've heard your feedback, and we want to make sure that Versus AI gives a real feel of what it's like to play Siege.
Okay.
It's now
Fair
time
enough. I mean,
to talk
we
about
knew
the
that
new
was coming.
operator, Scopos. This
Yes,
great
let's
defender
go.
brings a new dimension of tactical possibilities to the fight through her twin shells, Talos and Colossus.
Talos and Colossus.
For insight into the visual design of this operator, we'll hear from art director Joanna Sui, and for a breakdown of the new gameplay opportunities she offers, we'll go to game designer Justin Larange Aluwalia.
They're adding in a little clip. Very nice. Nicely
Scopos
done,
is from
Siege Tales.
Raven Shield era, and her name is Coriz Galanos. Her visual design is really based off of her story background and the trauma that she went through. In the anime that was released from the Year 9 Season 1, in the mission there was Daniel Bogard and Jared Morris at that time trying to stop the bomb maker. In the end, you see a giant explosion, and it was actually exactly that moment where she stopped being able to walk. Ever since then, she's a wheelchair user. She's been in a relentless chase trying to seek prosecution to stop Deimos. All that toll took an effect on her face. She looks very gaunt, she has eye bags, wrinkles, and ragged hair. Scopos is a master strategist. She adapted her wheelchair into her command center like a pilot seat. She uses the shells to be part of the action.
Interesting
In game,
lore.
You can hear her, you can see her face
Favorite
when
game
you swap
controller.
between the 2 shells.
That's funny.
When we're designing her wheelchair and the robots, we really had in mind to make sure that she feels very grounded. So we went with analog, old technology look. We really want to establish the fact that it's not smart AI robots. They're not invincible. They can be.
Okay, so the fact that they pull that out, smart AI robots, right? Does that mean that in the future they will have characters and operators that are just smart AI robots?
Destroyed. When she loses Talos, Colossus, she's losing a part of her again. So for the design of the robots, we wanted to differentiate the two so you can identify them easily on the field. The difference are in the antennas, the shoulder pads, and colors and patterns are distinct to one another. We made sure to have the analog look by physically having buttons that you can push. They're wires that you can see, and they're not touch screens, they're not holograms, they are something that you can touch and feel.
Okay.
Back when she was a field agent, Kyurei surveyed the area from afar as a sniper. Now, she still watches from a distance, but in a different way. Thanks to her new tech, Skopos is able to maintain a wide network of control unlike any other defender.
Okay, so this is what I want to see, the gameplay. Let's go.
That's because what Skopos brings to the field is not one, but two remotely controlled robotic operators. These shells, named Talos and Colossus, make up the V10 Pantheon system. At any given moment, one of Skopos' shells will be in an active state, where it functions like an operator, while the other remains in an idle state, where it functions like a powerful piece of defensive utility. Skopos' control allows her to swap the states of these shells, quickly delivering offensive or defensive power where it's needed most. Skopos' active shell works much like any other operator. It can move, shoot, and use gadgets. It's also Skopos' primary lifeline. If a shell is destroyed while it's active, Kyurei's link is severed, and she's functionally dead for the rest of the round. 2 bodies does not mean 2 lives. Meanwhile, Skopos' idle shell will take on a defensive posture, deploying an integrated shield that functions much like a deployable shield secondary gadget. While in this state, the idle shell can be used as an observation tool by Kyurei and her allies. Additionally, Skopos can access her idle shell's camera directly at any time with the gadget button. While Skopos is looking through her idle shell's camera, she'll have the option to swap shells. Activating the swap sequence will put her active shell into idle mode and put her idle shell into active mode. The only catch is that the active shell needs to be in a position where it can deploy its shield to perform the swap. Skopos' HUD has an indicator that'll make this easier. In fact, Skopos' HUD will display plenty of useful information about both shells, including whether the idle shell is under attack or being affected by an EMP.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Skopos is a very tactically oriented operator that requires players to collect.
So you know the state of the inactive shell. Like if it's getting attacked by anything, you know it's under attack.
Quickly act on it to maximize her potential. A strong Skopos player is one that makes frequent use of her idle shell to guide the actions of her active shell. For most players, Skopos will likely be a shallow roamer, operating near the bomb site while having the means to extend into a deeper roam or fall back and anchor as needed. If used strategically, she has...
So what they're saying is you're going to have a shallow roam with Skopos. So when we go to play, keep one shell just outside of sight and one shell just in sight, and let the shell that's in sight looking out kind of give the outer shell info. So you're going to be checking it like a camera, looking around, being like, okay, they're over here, they're over here, they're over here. And then go back to your shell that's on the outside of sight and flank and maneuver until you get the frags that you need, right? So it sounds like, so basically it's a dual purpose operator. It's an operator that can be roaming and anchoring at the exact same time.
Has the power to be one of the most mobile operators in the game.
Okay, hold on. So question then, how does that work with Jackal? You know what I mean? Because if you're running with one bot, say Talos, right? And you're running with Talos down a hallway, and then you go to get Jackal tracked, can you just switch from Talos over to your Colossus or whatever the other bot's called, the other shell? Just switch shells to the one that's in sight, and all of a sudden now you're being pinged in sight? Or does it continue to ping where your old shell was at? Because that's the shell that was running, right? Questions. I need to know.
Skopos' idle shell can be a very strong piece of utility. Having the combined properties of a deployable shield and a bulletproof camera, this shield can offer a large amount of intel from relative safety. Skopos' idle shell is most effective when placed in key areas for the defenders to hold so that it can provide information and serve as a launching point for when the enemy least expects it.
Talos coming out.
Skopos is bringing a brand new gun to Siege, the PCX-33 assault rifle. Kyurei may not be
a new
bringing a
weapon,
sniper
huh?
rifle into battle, but
Okay, so it's a 2 health, 2 speed operator. They've got the P229, okay. Impacts or proximities, okay. And the PCX-33, the new weapon.
make no mistake, her shells are still packing some serious firepower. This weapon is precise, deadly,
I
and
bet the
heavily
new attacker
customizable,
will also have that
making it a
rifle.
versatile tool for a versatile
For the
defender.
first,
For
for
a
season 1
sidearm,
next year,
Skopos
we'll
carries a
probably have that same
P229,
rifle.
a throwback to Kyurei's days in the Greek Special Forces. Skopos also has access to secondary gadgets. These are shared between her 2 shells. Her first option is impact grenades, a great choice to maximize her mobility and roaming potential. Alternatively, Skopos can bring proximity alarms. These synergize great with her idle shell, helping her know exactly the right time to take action. The Pantheon shells are 2 health, 2 speed operators, having been built for a balance between durability and mobility. Given their unique nature, Skopos' shells have a few special interactions. A good rule of thumb is to think of her active shell as an operator and her idle shell as a gadget. The first interaction you might wonder about is EMPs and gadgets that target electronic devices, like IQ. While Skopos' shells are electronic, the active shell has an active countermeasure that protects it from anti-electronic effects. It won't completely stop them, but it will prevent Skopos' active shell from being fully disabled by an EMP. This protection doesn't extend to the idle shell, however. Disabling a...
Okay, so hold on. So you can EMP Skopos, and Skopos won't be able to change shells. That's interesting. That's interesting. It won't eliminate Skopos or make her unable to be played, but you won't be able to swap shells or do anything else.
Will prevent Skopos from using the camera and swap features. Skopos' greatest counter is Dokkaebi. The hacker's calls are a threat to any roamer, but they also block Skopos' strongest escape plan. Additionally, Dokkaebi's universal hack can give her team access to the idle shell's camera. Brava's Kludge drone can overheat Skopos' idle shell. However, this takes a while, and gives Kyurei a warning.
Whoa, they added a range indicator. I don't know if you guys noticed that. They added a range indicator for the Brava, the Kludge drones. That's awesome, because I can't tell you how many times I've tried to hit something and then moved out of range with the drone and had to go back and re-hack it.
If she's fast enough, Skopos can swap to activate her countermeasures and prevent the overheat. In addition to being an electronic gadget, Skopos' idle shell's shield can be destroyed with explosives and similar effects, leaving the idle shell exposed for an easy kill. The glass can also be
So the shield is not... Okay, it's not the life of the operator either.
Preventing allies from fully benefiting from its utility. A well-placed ash charge, frag grenade, or florist drone can make quick work of an undefended idle shell. The biggest threats to Skopos are her direct counters, so she benefits greatly from allies who protect her from them. Catchers like Jaeger and Wamai can protect her idle shell from explosives, and other denial gadgets, like those from Mute, Mozzie, and Tubrow, can stop many of Skopos' greatest enemies. Being made of metal, Skopos' shells can't benefit from healing effects. Doc's stims, Thunderbird's Kona stations, and Rook's armor won't help the shells.
No
they
healing
also can't
either,
get put in a down state, and they don't breathe, meaning they're immune to toxic effects like smoke and Fenrir.
No way! They're going to combine so well with smoke, because you can just push right through it. That's crazy.
Can open the floor to some aggressive combos.
Because you can just push right through the smoke.
Another strong approach to Skopos is to double down on intel. Maestro, Valkyrie, and Echo can offer more insight into enemy positions and even provide some distractions. That can be more than enough to let Skopos get into position and go for the kill.
Yeah.
Skopos is designed to embody the key aspects of being a defender.
Wait. So what about like Zophia's concussion grenades? Are they gonna affect Skopos? Because technically Skopos doesn't have ears
Gathering
either.
information and swiftly responding to attacker strategies. Skopos brings a level of adaptability that, if left unchecked, can turn the tide on even the strongest of attacks. We'll be keeping a close eye on her in the test server and throughout the season to see what players can do with her.
Loading you now.
You won't see his face, ever.
That's interesting.
But you'll probably recognize his voice, as he's a big part of the Siege community. It's Marley, and he's here to give you his own special brand of insight into the new operator, new balancing updates, and all that Operation Twin Shells has to offer.
First impression of the new operator was definitely, oh, they've broken the game, this is it. But then when you see how it actually plays, it's amazing, it's mind-blowing, and it's definitely the most versatile operator on defense. The new weapon she's got is another assault rifle on defense. I love it, I love that weapon. The best strategy that I've found with the new operator so far is definitely finding my typical mirror window hiding spots on defense and planting one of the shells in the corner and hoping everybody walks right past it and then switching to the shell when needs be, and yeah, the rest is history. During the playtest, the hardest counter that I noticed, definitely feel like Flores drones are a big issue. If you're leaving your body somewhere, it's gonna get destroyed. The balancing changes this season have got me really excited. The changes to Nock are really exciting. I'm going to be playing her completely differently to how I used to. I'm going to be sitting under cameras and yeah, really exciting. And I'm glad to see the new Solace change as well. I think that's a great change. Now you'll know when there's a Solace below when you're droning, and I think that's amazing. Oh, the Siege Cup's going to be another level. So ranked is sweaty and fun and competitive, but Siege Cup is going to bring a whole new level of sweat and passion to Rainbow Six Siege that I can't wait for. Who will I want to challenge in the 1v1 custom match? What a silly question. Jinxie, I'm ready. Overall, I think it's a really refreshing and exciting season. Year 9 Season 3 is bringing what I think is one of the most exciting operators I've seen in a long time. I can't wait to see all the fun and different plays coming from people. And I just think overall, alongside the balancing changes, it's just going to be a great season, and I can't wait for it to launch.
And that's the full rundown for Operation Twin Shells, which is hitting the season test server tomorrow. Jump in and see how Scopus, Talus, and Colossus change the way you defend a site. And as always, remember to report issues you encounter while playing to R6 Fix for a chance to earn a tidy reward for your efforts. Now, don't leave just yet, because we've got one more thing for you. It's Jaeger in space!
Oh yes, the free gift. I actually already grabbed this, but if you haven't done it, you just go into the shop, click on the pack, and you can purchase it in the shop. Let's go. So here's the breakdown of everything they've added. So we've got the new operator Scopos, player protections, which okay, we'll see. We'll see how they do. The Siege Cup, we're gonna have to wait another season here on console. Oh well. Balancing. I think most of the balancing changes they did, chat, were pretty good. I'm not upset with any of the balancing changes they did. 1v1 custom playlists, that is awesome. I appreciate that 100%. After action report 2.0, we'll see. We'll see. I'm undecided on that one. The versus AI 2.0, don't care. Is what it is. Maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. Don't care about it. Drone boost, that's awesome. It's awesome that the drones can now just like boost around and hopefully have a little bit better survivability. But honestly, being sneaky with your drone is probably way better than being fast, right? But I guess we'll see. But the big one, the kicker here, shooting range and matchmaking. That is a humongous change. Thank you, Ubisoft, for adding that. We've been asking for that for forever, so thank you. All right, looks like a couple other things. Balancing update, they did that. So through the season, they're going to have another balancing update. Okay. Competitive packs. I'm excited about that one. So I guess according to what they were saying, console, because we can't have the Siege Cup active yet, they're just going to give us victory tokens, and we'll get to play them, or we'll get to have the tokens and open up the packs. Season event, we'll have to see what that is. And the 2 elite skins, that looks like the recruit, Sentry and Striker, like sitting in formation, saluting there. So my guess is we're going to be getting elite skins for Striker and Sentry, which, why not, I guess. All right. Let's see if there's anything else real quick. All right, everyone, that is it. That is the Twin Shells season reveal. I'm excited for it. Honestly, I think this is going to be one of the best seasons that this game is. And that's it. That's it. That is the season reveal. I'm excited. Twin Shells, honestly, this is going to be a great season. I think a lot of the bouncing updates were great. The new operator is like completely opens the door for this game to allow so much more. Like, I am excited to see where they go with this after. Because an operator like this completely just breaks the box. Siege has been like inside this sphere of like tactical and what's possible and what's not. And with an operator that can do what the new operator can, what Scopos can do, just completely breaks that box. It lets Siege grow into a completely new room, into a new universe here. So I'm excited to see where they go with it. I bet we start seeing some fully AI operators, things like that. And yeah, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see, find out what we got. But thanks for sticking around. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video. Let me know what your thoughts are on the season, on the bouncing updates, on the shooting range matchmaking. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And with that, we'll see you on the next one.